from where I'm sitting, I can see very clearly that Yusek Sebastian is very stressed out. And I don't want to add further to his anxiety by asking hard questions just like my colleagues did. So is it possible, Mr. Chair, if there are people from the Bureau of Customs who are around, and I would rather direct my questions to them because I don't want them to get off the hook, because the Senate President a while ago did say na wala pa raw nakakasuhan sa smuggling ng sugar. So therefore, gusto ko magbato ng katanungan sa kanila tungkol doon sa sinabi ni SP. Are there people
That's a
present
relevant
from the Bureau
question,
of Customs?
Senator Tulfo. May we ask the committee secretariat, are there resource persons from the Bureau of Customs now?
No, Your Honor, none present yet.
Okay.
Were they invited?
No. I mean, they can be invited to the next hearing, Your Honor,
For
but
the next
they're not
hearing.
present today. Neither were they invited.
Senator Tulfo, they're not
Okay.
around.
Well, then I have to ask you a question and maybe make a request, Yusek Sebastian. Sorry, you're going to be off. You're not going to like my question, my direct question. To me, you seem to be a very smart guy. Tama? So many people vouch for your character. Marami ako narinig about you, even from SP, Mig Zubiri. And I was told na ikaw ay galing sa abroad. At nakapag-aral ho ba kayo sa abroad?
Yes, Your Honor. As a scholar, Your Honor.
Scholar. Okay. Ano pong tinapos niyo po, sir?
I got my PhD from Cornell University, Your Honor.
Wow, PhD, Cornell University sa abroad. Okay. So that means you're a very, very smart guy. Right? So, if you're a smart guy, if I were you, I think it's better, it's high time na sabihin mo na sa amin dito, huwag na tayo magpaikot-ikot pa, kung sino yung mga nasa likod mo. Kasi nga po, sir, hindi ka naman po pipirma sa ibabaw ng pangalan ng Pangulo ng Republika ng Pilipinas, sa ibabaw ng kanyang pangalan, kung wala pong may utos sa inyo, kung wala pong nasa likod nyo na malalakas ng mga tao. I think you're just trying to cover up something here. Get the monkey off your back. I think it's about time that you have to confess. I mean, because you're a smart guy, right? Cornell University, PhD, or you're just trying to outsmart us. That's why you don't want to tell us kung sino po yung mga nag-utos sa'yo.
No, Your Honor. There was nobody who pushed me or pressured me on this matter, Your Honor.
Yung panghupag sa sign sa ibabaw ng apelyido ng presidente, sa pangalan ng presidente, yung ba'y gawain ng isang scholar at may PhD sa Cornell University?
No, Your Honor, I signed for the Secretary of Agriculture based on the authority that was given to me on July 15, 2022.
Who gave you the authority, sir?
The authority was, the memo was issued by the Executive Secretary by authority of the President, Your Honor.
Okay, but did you ask the Executive Secretary about that memo to make sure that you can sign on his behalf sa ibabaw pa man din ng kanyang pangalan? Presidente po pinag-usapan natin po, hindi po yung ordinaryong kawani ng gobyerno.
The memo, Your Honor, states that I can sit as ex officio chair of boards, committees, etc., of any government agency where the Secretary of Agriculture is a member, Your Honor. And the SRA board is one of those boards where the Secretary of Agriculture sits as ex officio, Your Honor. So since the Secretary is the member, and I am representing him more or less, I signed for the Secretary of Agriculture, who is the President of the Republic, Your Honor.
For the Secretary of Agriculture, right? That's what you're saying. But you signed above the name of President Bongbong Marcos.
Yes, with an initial 4, Your Honor.
That's why I'm going back to what I said earlier. Is that an act of a very, very smart person? Because hanga po ako sa inyo, yung credentials niyo po, napaka-impeccable. Okay, di po ba? Now, kung smart po kayo, hindi niyo po gagawin yon. Ang magagawa lang noon, yung pipirma po sa ibabaw ng pangalan ng presidente ay people who are dumb or stupid. And you're not stupid, right? I don't think so. You don't look like stupid to me. You look like a very smart guy. Kaya lang, ayaw mo lang magsalita kasi nga, meron kang pinagtatapang mga grupo o tao. I think yun ang observations ko.
Wala ho, Your Honor.
Nakikita ko po yung paa nyo pag ganun-ganun na po, ninervis ka. Sige na po, hindi ko na po dadagdagan yung anxiety ninyo. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Sana po, Mr. Chair, sa next hearing, ma-invite po natin yung mga taga Bureau of Customs. Kasi nga po, Mr. Chair, nakikita ko po, yung mga taga Bureau of Customs, they are very relentless in the fight against smuggling sa sugar and all. And I have to commend them for that. On the other hand, ang tanong, bakit nakalabas yung mga asukal na yon? Yung mga hoarding na tinatawag nila, nakalabas ng pier. Sana, hindi na nakalabas yung kinagawa lang sana ng customs, yung kanilang trabaho. Diba? And then from what I've heard, itong pinaka-latest, yung sugar sa Subic, ay meron palang permit yun. Mr. Chairman, Your Honor. So, dito sumablay ang mga taga Bureau of Customs. Ano bang pangalan nitong Commissioner ng Customs? This guy, he opens his mouth before he would even look at the documents available. He could have asked people in his office mag-provide ng E2M documents from their system para masiguro niya na kung legit ba o hindi yung mga produktong i-rate nila. I think what he did, this guy from Bureau of Customs, para ma-divert yung attention natin. Meron kasi tayong serious attention. Ito na nga yung SO4. Ngayon, para ma-divert yung attention natin, rate sila left and right, bahala na ang Diyos. Para yung ating attention ay mapunta doon sa smuggling versus doon sa SO4 na sino nag-utos kay Yusek Sebastian pumirma. So I would appreciate it really, Mr. Chair, if we could invite a member of the Bureau of Customs, especially this guy, the commissioner, I forgot his name. I would really like to talk to him kasi mukhang mahilig itong magpadalos-dalos. And again, there's nothing wrong na mag-grade siya na mag-grade. Go ahead. Pero dapat pag nag-grade siya, tinatansya niya muna at alam niya kanyang ginagawa para wala naman maabala mga tao, walang napapahiya. Yun na po, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator Tulfo. You consume 5 minutes and 15 seconds. So, still within the threshold. Thank you.
Just a follow-up question in relation to the kind of questioning of Senator De La Rosa. Mr. Sebastian, did you talk or approach the President before you signed SO number 4?
I did not have that chance, Your Honor.
Did you not even call him or make an appointment with the President before you signed SO 4? Because I have this document, SO number 4. You signed, your signature appears, you signed above the name of the President.
I signed for the Secretary of Agriculture, Your Honor, who is
Yes.
also the chair of SRA.
You signed in behalf of the Secretary of Agriculture, which is the President himself. Am I correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Why did you not ask permission from the President?
I base it on the authority that was given to me in good faith, Your Honor.
Authority given to you by whom?
By that memo on July 15,
By the Executive Secretary?
2022.
By the Executive
By the Executive
Secretary?
Secretary as authorized by the President.
Yes. Did you
Your Honor.
talk to the Executive Secretary before signing this in behalf of the President?
I sent the memorandum on August 5, Your Honor, and as also mentioned by the Executive Secretary, I texted him on a Sunday of that the following Sunday.
So he did not reply. Am I correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
He did not reply, but you still signed it
In my
without
affidavit,
any permission coming from the President himself.
that is correct, Your Honor. In my affidavit,
You
I
shouldn't have
stated-
signed the
Your
SO
Honor,
number 4 without the approval of the President.
There is also in that memorandum, Your Honor, that whatever I do can be considered regular unless disapproved or approbated by the President, Your Honor. And that is exactly what the President did when I informed him personally on August 10, 2022, Your Honor, when I reported to him that we have approved the 300,000 metric tons importation for sugar, and he disapproved that my action, Your Honor, and also the importation. So I immediately conveyed that to Administrator Sarapica, and Administrator Sarapica also did a revoke or remove the publication of that special order, sugar order number 4, Your Honor.
But I still believe that you should have asked for the clearance of the president, because your authority to act as chairman of the board emanated from the president. Am I correct?
I was acting in good faith and because of the urgency of the matter, Your Honor. But with full sense also, Your Honor, that it can be disapproved and reprobated by the president.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to, first of all, the onset of my statement, say that Yusek Sebastian is a well-respected member of the agri community. I just came from Los Baños celebrating the 100 years of UP Ranchers Club. Ako po ay member ng rodeo team dyan. At lahat ng kausap ko po doon, kaibigan niya po, si Yusek Sebastian, has nothing but high praise for the gentleman. So I feel that the conduct of the USEC on this particular issue was not his and his alone. That's why my question, Your Honors, is sino po talaga umudyok sa'yo na kailangan po natin mag-import? I mean, you're new to the industry, Your Honor. You're new to the department. Am I correct? You're less than 1 year in the department? You're just a few months old, no? Is that correct, USEC?
Your Honor, I've been with the Department of Agriculture. You remember, Your Honor, I was executive director of the Philippine Rice Research Institute, and you visited one time.
Okay,
Pure Rice.
because I only have 5 minutes before my chairman might
I just
cut me off.
rejoined. I
You
just
are the Senate
rejoined.
President. You have the...
I rejoined in 2021, Your Honor, the government service after working abroad, Your Honor.
Yes, so you're not a newcomer when it comes to helping the agri sector. And actually, we welcomed your appointment at the time when you were newly appointed once again as a member of the Department of Agriculture. However, Your Honor, you're new to the industry. I believe you're more of a livestock, poultry,
Rice, Your
and
Honor.
rice.
Rice.
That's correct. So you're new to the sugar industry. So there must have been external factors to convince you to import this or to sign sugar importation order. Was it the administrator, his co-administrator, his members of the board, who somebody had to convince you? You cannot just sign the order without them showing you the data, particularly on the lack of sugar supply. Am I correct in saying that it was the administrator and the board, or who in the board convinced you about this sugar order number 4?
Your Honor, you mentioned that I work in the agriculture sector and the R&D specifically, and I'm very, for me, Your Honor, data is very important for me in making decision. So I studied the data that was presented to me by SRA. We also did our own data analysis in the Department of Agriculture, and it convinced me, Your Honor, because I always make my decision also based on those things, that there is really a big problem when it comes to the supply of sugar, that we have to act or do something, Your Honor.
Okay,
So-
Yusek, you're saying that you're utilizing the data.
Data.
I have with me here this document coming from the SRA insiders themselves. The data is very clear. I do not know if they hid this from you. I do not know if you're familiar. The data is very clear. Under the former sugar order number 3, which they allowed the importation of 200,000 metric tons, there is still a balance of almost 126,000 metric tons that have not been released. This is as of August 12, that have not been released yet. So what shortage are we talking about? Di nga nare-release itong asukal na ito. And, if I may be allowed, may we ask the nandiyan na, ready na ba yung aking tao? Papakita ko lang sa inyo, yung bodega na parang mga dagat ng asukal. It's just a sea of sugar that have been apprehended in the last few days in bodegas all over the country. Please go ahead, Jess. Pakita mo. Yan. Asukal yan, dahan-dahan lang. Yan, galing sa container. Ayan pa. Yan, parang dagat ng asukal. Sea of sugar. These are container vans. They have sugar hidden in them. Ayan, Sec. That's not made up. I'm not making this up. That was from the BOC. ISAP, the last few days. Different bodegas from Quezon City, Laguna, Bulacan, Pampanga. Sige, may video pa. Saan ba yung video? Gusto mo pakita pa namin yung video. Is this a shortage? Is this the shortage that you're saying? Your honors in the DA. Ayan. Ano yan? Are we pretending that that's not in existence? Is that being hoarded for price manipulation? Oh, let's show the video, if I may be allowed by my dear colleagues. 1 minute lang yun. Jess, can we show the video I sent you, if it is ready? Pinasukan nila. Meron pang Mr. Chairman, meron pang mga makina na ililipat nila from imported sugar to locally manufactured sugar para to escape the taxes. Importation taxes, pati yung VAT payment ng VAT, kasi syempre yung local sugar, may preferential treatment yun. VAT exempt. Diyos ko po. Your honors. So you're talking about data, Your Honor. This is the data I have from the SRA. Meron pang asukal na naiwan sa bodega. Meron pang parating na almost 30,000 metric tons. Tapos meron tayong laman sa bodega, USEC. How can you explain that? So what shortage are we talking about? That's why I'm saying, USEC, no, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. Kasi nga, you're new to the industry. I am asking you now, sino talaga ang nag-push sa'yo, nagsabi sa'yo, Yusek, we need to do this? Was it the butlers? Was it the stakeholders? Was it one of those individuals in the SRA? Was it a particular importer? Or was it just your own decision? Because I can't believe it was just your own decision, Your Honor, because again, you're a stickler for data. I have the data right here, which contradicts what you said. I have the pictures of the tonniladang 100+ thousand metric tons of sugar in the bodegas. So, what is it, Yusek?
Your Honor, you mentioned we have 123,000 metric tons. Our monthly consumption for raw sugar, Your Honor, is 170,000 metric tons per month. And approximately 85,000 metric tons per month for refined sugar, Your Honor. So 123 can last for how many days, Your Honor? And based from the data that we have, SRA and DA, Your Honor, we will need about 212,000, we will have a deficit of 212,000 metric tons for raw sugar, Your Honor, even if the milling has started in September and October. It is only in November that we will be able to produce enough raw sugar to meet our demand. For refined sugar, Your Honor, we have a deficit including, for example, including the SO number 3, Your Honor, because of the demand that we have a deficit of about 319,000 metric tons, Your Honor, up to December, because we don't produce enough refined sugar. So, Your Honor, if you see those data, it is very compelling, Your Honor, that, and if you look at the prices, Your Honor, prices do not just go up because of hoarding. There is hoarding when there is a tight supply, Your Honor. And there is smuggling also, Your Honor, if there is a
Your
tight
Honor,
supply, Your Honor.
Mr. Chairman, precisely the hoarding is the price manipulation. You're saying there's a tight supply, but we have supply. Yan ang mahirap sa DA po. I'm with due respect to my dear friends in the DA. With due respect, I'm an agriculturist by education and by profession. Kaya mahal ko kayo. Pero parang business as usual, hindi na wawala yung hoarding. Frustration po namin ni Senator Villar, wala pong nakakasuhan pa sa illegal smuggling at hoarding. Hanggang na yun, wala naman tayo nakikita. Pero yan, nakita na po natin. They're shouting supply. Release that sugar. Hindi naman yan gumagalaw eh.